Zo, goedenavond allemaal. Zoals jullie hebben gezien is Calvin Bassey aangeschoven en Alfred Schreuder. En er is een tolk. We gaan het in de volgende volgorde doen. Dat wat ik nu vertel wordt zo nog even vertaald in het Engels. Voor de Schotse journalisten die in de zaal zitten. Dan beginnen we even met de NOS, met wat vragen. En de andere Nederlandse media. Dat wordt vertaald en daarna gaan we alles in het Engels doen voor de Britse media. Met vragen voor zowel de trainer als de speler. Ja?
Okay, so
U knikt daarbij, dus dan gaan we het zo doen.
we're going to start with questions in Dutch, and then I will interpret the questions into English, and after that there will be the English questions, and they will not be interpreted.
Eline.
What's it like to be back in Glasgow?
We gingen het andersom doen.
Hij spreekt alleen Engels,
Oh,
dus dat maakt het... Maar als er een Nederlandse journalist is die dat vertaalt,
dat
we
wordt het
hebben...
idioot. Sorry. Sorry.
We better do this part in English then. Okay.
Yeah, my Dutch isn't great. Start off by saying that. I'm trying though. But no, it's a nice feeling. Obviously, so soon after, it's nice to see familiar faces. It's a weird feeling as well, because obviously tomorrow you just lock in and get focused on the game. And obviously I'm an Ajax player, and for me it's important for us to get the win. And yeah, that's what I'm focused on.
I heard you even brought a present for your former manager, Giovanni van Bronckhorst. What did you bring in?
Yeah, he can tell you.
You can't tell?
Yeah, he can tell you.
Yeah, he didn't say anything, so... Personal gift, I guess. Okay. So in the game against Rangers at home, you guys were outstanding. Everybody was really happy about the performance, the way you guys played. A lot has changed since then. How do you guys deal as a team with the different sentiments around the team?
There's always going to be things that happen, injury, or form. But for us, it's just we need to focus every day on training and listening to the trainer and making sure we're taking in what he says and doing the best we can. And I think that's what we're doing. And there's always going to be adversity or changes in a season, and it's just about getting back to where he was or trying to rebuild again. And obviously that's what we're trying to do.
What would it mean for Ajax to close the group stage with a win?
Of course, it's important. You want to win every single game as a player. So for us, it's important to win tomorrow and secure Europa League. Of course, it's important.
Thank you. Alfred, in het Nederlands mag je wel, hè?
Ja.
Jullie hebben een weekje rust gehad. Hoe was dat?
Nou ja, we hebben goed kunnen trainen. We hadden een extra trainingsdag, dus altijd prettig. En ik denk uiteindelijk zijn we tevreden mee hoe we er nu voor staan, denk ik.
Morgen dan de wedstrijd tegen Rangers. Ik zei het net ook al even, de eerste wedstrijd thuis was een hele goeie. Daarna waren de kritieken lovend natuurlijk. Er is een en ander veranderd. Maar hoe kijk je daar nu op terug, op die wedstrijd?
Ja, we hebben die wedstrijd nogmaals geanalyseerd. En van onze goede wedstrijd, het scoreverloop zat natuurlijk ook aan de goede kant. We wisten ook dat Rangers gewoon een uitstekende ploeg was. Dat hadden we natuurlijk in die voorgaande wedstrijd ook gezien tegen PSV. En we waren vrij goed in vorm die dag en dat hebben we allemaal kunnen zien.
Staan jullie nu anders als ploeg in vergelijking met 2 maanden geleden?
Nee, ik denk niet heel veel anders. Maar ik denk, als je gewoon terugkijkt in die Champions League, dan waren die andere tegenstanders van een dusdanig formaat dat wat voor ons te groot. Dat hebben we allemaal kunnen zien. We hebben ons bij fases kunnen meten, maar het was van onze kant niet goed genoeg. En de Rangers van morgen, die moeten we proberen onze wil op te leggen.
Eline, heel even anders voor de tolk iets te veel.
We've just had a week of rest, and we had an extra training day. So we're very satisfied with the way that we're looking towards what's happening. How do you look back at the match that went so well when you played at home against Rangers? Well, we've analysed it, and we were in good form that day, so it went well. Are you looking at things differently than you did 2 months ago? Well, we've had a couple of matches against teams which were too mighty for us, and we've been able to measure ourselves against other teams in different phases.
Thank you.
Zou een zege nog wat goed maken op de mindere Europese reeks van afgelopen weken?
Nee, natuurlijk. Je wilt iedere wedstrijd winnen. En daar gaat het om. En morgen willen we dat ook natuurlijk. En dan kunnen we in ieder geval nog om dusdanig meer afsluiten dat we in ieder geval de Europa League hebben.
Ja, Robbie was de laatste week je spits. In de eerste wedstrijd tegen Rangers was het juist Kudus die heel veel indruk maakte. Is dat nog een reden om van tactiek te gaan veranderen morgen?
Nee, dat niet. We moeten kijken hoe we er morgen voor staan. Brian gaan we vandaag bekijken op de training. Hij had wat lichte klachtjes. En als dat goed gaat, dan zou hij kunnen starten. En als hij daar wat reactie op heeft, dan start hij niet.
Want verder is iedereen fit?
Ja, voor de rest, iedereen die jongens die mee zijn fit, ja.
Wat betekent dat ook voor de positie van Kenneth Taylor bijvoorbeeld? Start hij op de bank? Begint hij?
Ja, dat gaan we morgen zien. Het zou in ieder geval fijn zijn dat hij in ieder geval wel minuten kan maken. Maar we gaan morgen kijken hoe we dat gaan doen.
Dan nog een laatste vraag over Mohamed Ihataren. De optie tot koop wordt niet gelicht van Juventus. Wat vind je daarvan?
Ja, goed, dat is besloten door Ajax. En wat ik daarvan vind, dat hou ik ook voor mezelf. Maar ik denk dat uiteindelijk het jammer is hoe het gelopen is. En het is niet geworden wat we gehoopt hadden.
Je hebt je daar niet mee bemoeid?
Nee.
Dankjewel.
Vertaling alsjeblieft.
Would a victory make a lot of things right? Of course, we want to win, and talking about how we're going to change the tactics tomorrow, we'll just see how things look tomorrow. And is everybody else who's fit, who's come? Yes, so everybody else is fit. And what does this mean for Kenneth Taylor? Well, we're going to see how that goes tomorrow.
Dankjewel. Mike.
Alfred, goedemiddag.
Ja.
Was het achteraf misschien nodig om die wedstrijd tegen Vitesse uit te stellen? En hoe heb je die extra tijd benut?
Ja, goed. Kijk, we hebben, zoals wat ik net zei, we hebben een extra trainingsdag gekregen daardoor. En die hebben we goed kunnen benutten, denk ik. Ook aan wat dingen kunnen werken waarin we moeten verbeteren. En we gaan zien of dat onze vruchten afplukt.
Ja. Is winst op Rangers noodzakelijk om de topper tegen PSV niet onder hoogspanning te zetten? En voel jij die druk?
Nee, ik voel dat niet, maar ik voel dat niet dat dat afhankelijk is. We willen gewoon een goede performance neerzetten. Dat is voor ons belangrijk. En denk ik de uitvoering van de manier waarop we op het veld staan, dat is het allerbelangrijkste. En daar moeten we ons op focussen.
Ja, en houd je in je basisopstelling al rekening met PSV?
Nee, niet echt. Maar het is wel afhankelijk van hoe Brian ervoor staat morgen.
Laatste vraag wat mij betreft. Zie je het als een persoonlijke nederlaag dat je Ihataren niet aan het voetbal hebt gekregen? En heb je ook het idee dat je er alles aan hebt kunnen doen en ook mogen doen van de club?
Ja, zeker. Ik zie het niet als een persoonlijke nederlaag, nee. We hebben alles gedaan binnen Ajax, denk ik. En ik denk dat daarmee ook voor ons alles gezegd is.
Ja, maar je ziet het niet als een nederlaag?
Nee.
Okay. Was it really necessary to postpone the match against Vitesse? Well, it gave us an extra training day, so that was really useful. Can you feel the pressure for the match? Well, the most important thing is how we're on the field tomorrow, and that's the most important thing we're focusing on.
Thank you. Andere vraag.
Calvin?
Ja.
Calvin, can you tell us something about the present you gave? Gio told us to ask you, so
He'll tell you.
just let. So we can't ask him anymore. Can you tell us something?
It's not a big. It's just a nice present. So that's it.
Can you tell us how important he is for you? Gio?
Yeah, of course. He gave me the opportunity. You know, when he came, sorry, and yeah, he taught me a lot and helped me get confidence and play. And yeah, so he's very important he's been very important in my career so far.
Thank you.
Andere Nederlandse vraag. Jordi.
Calvin, you play a few months for Ajax right now. How's the difference in level with Rangers?
I think playing style is different. The way we play, I think, is evident to see. We have two different playing styles. Feel like we're more fluid, and obviously Ajax it's been for years a possession-based team, exciting football, and that's what we try to give every single game and every single match. And yeah, I mean, you're the ones watching it, so you should be able to see the difference in playing styles and stuff. So yeah.
Does it really feels like a step up for you?
Obviously, I get to play Champions League, so yeah, of course, you want to play Champions League year in, year out, and the players are top quality. And not saying that the Rangers players weren't, they had quality as well. So yes, it's a good step.
Thank you.
Andere vraagstellers nog voor de Nederlandse journalist Johan?
Alfred, jij zei net of het oog ook op de PSV richten, heeft ook met Robbie te maken. Wat bedoelde je daarmee? Ga je hem in een andere koppel proberen? Of?
Nee, maar Brian heeft wat fysieke probleempjes vanuit de westen van Liverpool. En dat moeten we gewoon bekijken hoe dat eigenlijk morgenochtend is.
Oké, maar het is niet zo dat je een bepaald koppel wil proberen in aanloop naar PSV ook en dat het wegvalt op het moment dat Robbie geblesseerd is. Doe je dat ook?
Nee, maar goed, dat houden we altijd voor zich. Dat houden we voor ons. En, natuurlijk op trainingen probeer je al dingen uit en dan zie je wat dingen. En we gaan morgen kijken hoe dat ervoor staat.
Biedt de marge je ruimte om een paar andere spelers in te passen?
Nee, maar daar ben ik niet mee bezig. Of ik spelers moet inpassen.
Oké, het is niet zo dat je denkt van we kunnen ons ook een nederlaag permitteren en we gaan naar PSV toe. Ja, misschien wel met Wijndal proberen of
nee, daar ben ik niet mee bezig. Nee, daar ben ik niet mee bezig.
Over Moyatare, hè? Wanneer heb je voor het laatst gesproken?
Ik denk een week of 7, 8 geleden.
Oké, dus nu aan het eind, de besluitvorming, die mededeling heb jij niet gedaan. Je hebt niet nog met hem gezeten om te vertellen van...
Nee.
Oké. Kun je uitleggen waarom het zo lang is geleden dat je hem hebt gesproken?
Nee, maar goed, ik denk niet dat we hier voor Moyatare aan het zitten. We zitten hier voor de wedstrijd Glasgow Rangers. En alles is erover gezegd. Ajax heeft een persbericht naar buiten gedaan. En daarmee is voor ons nu eigenlijk de kous af.
Naast Robbie iedereen fit, hè?
Ja, goed, Ahmed-Jan Kaplan is mee. Die zal nog niet op de bank zitten, maar die probeert wel een gedeelte van de training mee te doen.
Oké, bijzonder wel dat je de hele groep beschikbaar hebt.
Ja, goed, maar we hebben natuurlijk morgen ook nog een goede trainingsdag.
Dankjewel.
Yes? Mevrouw?
Dus Brian's got some physical problems, and we need to see tomorrow what's going to happen. Do you want to kind of do a practice for how you're going to play against BSV? Well, we're going to keep that to ourselves. We're not sharing that. We can afford ourselves a loss, but I'm not thinking about that. And besides Robbie, everyone is fit, and Kaplan is here, and he will be taking part in the training tomorrow.
Dankjewel. Sorry.
Can you tell us something about the atmosphere of this stadium? Like, what can we expect?
Yeah, I think it's sort of similar to at the arena. Yeah, of course. Like it's loud, it's jumpy. Yeah, you're just gonna have to wait and see tomorrow and make the comparison for yourself. Really.
It is nice, right?
Yeah, it's nice. It is very nice atmosphere.
Cool, thanks. Dan voor Alfred. Alfred, er moet wel heel veel misgaan. Morgen wil de Ajax niet Europa League gaan spelen. Hè?
Het is wel mooi dat je we zegt.
Ja,
Ja, dat vind ik wel mooi. Ja.
maar,
Nee, klopt.
toch? Maar heb je dat gevoel ook?
Nee.
Ja, hoe groot is die kans nou dat Ajax geen Europa League speelt?
Nee, maar nee, tuurlijk, dat is ook zo. Alleen wij moeten ons focussen op onze teamprestatie. En daar zijn we mee bezig.
Ja. We vroegen ons nog af van AT5, ben je eigenlijk een beetje van het reizen? Vind je dat mooi, die uitduels?
Nee, natuurlijk is dat prachtig. Als je het stadion ziet, is het fantastisch. En je bedenkt met iedere uitwedstrijd. En ja, dat had je vroeger denk ik ook. Als kleine jongen vond je het ook mooi om naar de uitwedstrijden te gaan of buitenland te gaan. En dat hebben we nu ook.
Ga je dan ook nog een beetje de sightseeing
Nee.
bekijken?
Nee, dat is wel minder geworden.
Maar ook geen tijd voor, toch? Natuurlijk.
Nou ja, het is wel tijd, maar je kunt altijd tijd maken. Maar het gaat om de belangrijkheid ervan.
Veel plezier morgen.
Dankjewel.
Yes. So, do you enjoy the travelling, coming to when you come to the away matches? Yes, I do. And the stadium here is fantastic. And just as a little boy, you feel the excitement of travel. And of course, we enjoy travelling here. And the next question was, do you want to go sightseeing? Well, not really. That's not really what I've come for. We've come for the match.
Thank you. Ik denk dat dat was van de Nederlandse journalist. Ja?
Calvin, can I just ask you, you've obviously played against your old teammates over in Holland. What do you think it's going to be like playing at Ibrox in front of supporters who you're so familiar with?
I think they're going to be up for it. I mean, they're up for every game, and the supporters are going to be up for it and wanting them to win, and it's going to be loud and jumpy, and for us it's just to remain composed and remember what we have to do, because we're here on a job and we need to make sure we deliver tomorrow.
Can you allow yourself to enjoy the occasion at all and look forward to it, or are you just solely focused on getting a result first?
I don't think so. I think I've just got to focus on the game. There's obviously going to be media attention and the fans and whatnot, but for me it's just about focusing on the game and making sure I can do everything for the club to get the victory.
So.
Hi Calvin, similar kind of question to my Dutch colleague, just about the step up or the difference in levels between the two teams, maybe with the perspective of the good Rangers team that you were part of going all the way to a Europa League final. Can you explain or quantify the difference between being good and competitive in the Europa League and then trying to compete in the Champions League?
I think the Champions League, of course, is a step up. I mean, you see some of the teams that are in the Champions League, and it's obvious it's a step up, and you're facing opponents with more quality and more dangerous players, and physically they're a bit better as well. So, yeah, I mean, you could see it from just watching it. And of course, it's a step up, you know. Everyone knows the history of Ajax and the players that come through and the players that are here now, and you know, there's bundles of quality in the team, and yeah.
And one for the coach, if that's okay. It's very likely that you'll qualify for the Europa League unless something very strange happens here tomorrow night. From Ajax's point of view, is that good? Is that okay, or are you still disappointed that you couldn't keep going in the Champions League? I know you sold a lot of players, and maybe this is a rebuilding phase. But from Ajax's point of view, what is it? Is third a good result for this campaign?
No, of course. If you see the pool before the draw, after the draw, you always have the hope and the belief that you can finish with the first two. And but the reality is that it didn't work out what we hoped. And so it's now for us it's important to get to Euro League, and I think if we have that, then we have to look further.
Calvin, you've been in many big and emotional European nights here as a Rangers player. When you look back, what are your favourite memories?
Probably the Leipzig game. Yeah, you know, it's the game that got us through to the final, so that was a very emotional one, and obviously Jimmy not being there to experience it was very emotional as well, so I'd have to say Leipzig game. Yeah.
Calvin, a lot of Rangers fans.
1 second, please.
Sorry.
So.
Calvin, you've enjoyed any special nights, as we said there. Have you said to your teammates in the dressing room just how special this place can be on a European night?
Yeah, of course. The boys knew already from obviously the Celtic and Rangers, and they knew, and they sort of have an idea of what the atmosphere will be like tomorrow. So, you know, I didn't really have to say much. They sort of knew. So yeah.
Calvin, Ajax as a club and as a supporter, very proud of playing in the Ajax way, and you mentioned that you found them a bit more fluid than Rangers. How does that come to be with yourself? Do you find that you've got more freedom? Are you still allowed to go forward as much as you enjoy? And lastly, if I could just ask you a personal thing, you've always been very, very grateful to your old coaches and your family. Will they be joining you tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'll have some family here. Obviously, I know a lot of people here, and yeah, it'll be nice to see them. Obviously, of course, after the game, because at the end of the day, I've come here to do a job, and I've got to stay focused and not get drawn in by all the distractions outside. So yeah, I'll say hello and hi to everyone, but I think I'll save the conversations for after the game and make sure I'm focused on what the 90 minutes ahead or 95, whatever it is. And sorry, what was the first one again?
It was the playing the Ajax way. Have you found that stretches you as a player? Have you enjoyed the challenge of being under a new coach and a new system?
Yeah, of course. It's exciting. I've always wanted to learn, and you know, I'm always open to learning, and yeah, I'm proper excited and happy to be here, and just trying to take my game to the next level. And you know, I trust in all the coaching staff and the trainer, and you know, listening to them and making sure I can deliver what he wants me to out on the pitch, and that's what I try to do every day.
Calvin, a lot of Rangers fans still follow your progress really closely. What would you say is the biggest difference between playing in Scotland compared to playing in Holland, and what has that transition been like for you?
The biggest difference is probably, I think, the Eredivisie's like, obviously he's got more teams won, and the players, the oppositions we play against are like a step above the Scottish League, with all respect, and like they can hurt you, so you don't have a second to switch off. You always got to stay focused and make sure you're doing things right, and make sure you communicate more. And that's one thing I've had to do, learn to communicate more and sort of try to lead the back line. But we've got obviously experienced players around, experienced goalkeeper that makes your life easier as well. So yeah.
A quick question for both gentlemen. First, Calvin, this present. You've got two nations wanting to know what it is now. Can't let two countries wait.
Tomorrow.
You need details.
Till tomorrow.
Detail tomorrow night. You'll reveal all.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
He can reveal it tomorrow.
To the coach, on a serious note, Giovanni was in speaking to us and says it's unfair to compare Rangers just now to Ajax just now, given Ajax's experience in the Champions League for recent years and the money the club has spent. Do you think he's right, or are the two clubs, the two teams, quite close, quite comparable?
In a way, I think he's right that I think also they lost a lot, and you can see that we sell a player from them, and that says also something. And but I think still before the first game, everybody was looking at the game as like a 50-50, because they beat PSV Eindhoven. That was, I think, a very great result. Then they come in the Champions League, and then the expectation is very high again, also for them. But that's our world where we're in it. Everybody has an opinion about it, and we have to stay cool and to our own plan and focus. And I think Gio is doing that fantastic here in this club. If you win, you want to win more, and everybody's then excited in the club. And but we have to be also realistic. If you're in a pool then with Liverpool and Napoli also, and we were also in that pool. So first game, I think it was clear our game. Tomorrow it can be a totally different game, but from our point of view, we have to be ready from the start, because we know that we can expect something here.
Yeah. Final question here.
I take it your plan is tomorrow is to try and win the game. You're not trying to play for a draw. You're just come to win the game tomorrow night. That's the intention.
We always try to win the game. Before the game, it's always like we go for the win, and I think normally most of the coaches has that, and we have that also.
Yeah. Anyone else for a final question? Yeah.
Sorry, Calvin, have you had any communication with your old teammates, both after the previous meeting between these two sides and ahead of tomorrow's match?
Of course, we're not just friends because of like football and on the pitch. We're friends, you know, because they're good guys, and I got along with them, and we had a lot in common. And yeah, of course we speak. We don't really speak about football that much because, you know, we've got other things to talk about. So yeah, we speak. I haven't spoke to them obviously leading up to this game, but it's normal. It's just like last game. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you allemaal.
Cheers, guys.